Praise Yah.
Hallelujah.
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 All right, not going to be long with y'all today. Pretty day today. Pretty day on Shabbat. Welcome TV Land. I'm Bishop Ronald K. Harrison Jr. Already on service today. I thank y'all again for the Shabbat. I'm glad you are here with me on Shabbat. Again, we are at Bethel Sabbath Church. We're here at 118 Cheney Avenue, Jacksonville, North Carolina, 28540. That is the name of the church and the address. The phone number at Bethel is 910-388-5295. And your bishop phone number, my phone number is 910-381-3056. All right, the time of the service are in Shabbat. We started at 11:30. Then we got Yahuwah study, instruction of the Torah on Yom Revi, starting at 7. Then we have the beginning of Shabbat on Yom Shishi, and on Yom Shishi, and the beginning of Yom Shabbat starting at 7. That was last night. Again, TV Land, I'm glad you're here. Okay, now I say the Creed of Bethel is Ephesians 4:5. We believe in one Yah, one faith, one baptism. In Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20, our foundation built upon the apostles and the prophets, and Yeshua Mashiach, chief cornerstone. Okay, I speak that just to let you know, TV Land, and what we believe in. You know, we believe everything what Yahuwah said to his prophets, and what Yeshua walked with the apostles, and what they have said, and the Rock Kodesh right there confirms it. He says, out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, that word be established. So when that Rock Kodesh hits it, you know, it's an agreement. They're going to say what the word has said, and what the word has went forth, and what the word came forth and came out. That's what it's going to speak of. Mark. If I forgot anything, praise him. Okay. We already starting our Shabbat scriptures today. It is Shabbat. We go over some scriptures today about Shabbat. So again, I ask anybody got a Shabbat scripture they want to share with, you're welcome to speak it. Okay. Let's go to Exodus chapter 16. Praise him. Exodus chapter 16. Talking about Shabbat. A lot of people don't even speak on Shabbat. Why is that? Shame on them. They get on Shabbat, they run off it, Elder King. Every time I listen to somebody get on Shabbat, they get on about 5 seconds and they run away from it. I guess they're scared of it. All right, let's go to verse 12. Let's go down a little more. Well, let's stay with verse 12. I have heard the murmuring of the children of Israel speak unto them, saying, at even you shall eat flesh. In the morning you shall be filled with bread, and you shall know that I am Yah your Elohim. And it came to pass that even the quail came up and covered the camp, and in the morning dew lay round about the host. And when the dew had was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small the hoar frost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw, they said one to another, it is manna, for they was not what it was. And Musa said unto them, this is the bread which Yah has given you to eat. This is the thing which Yah has commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, and over for every man according to the number of your person. Take ye every man for them which are in his tent. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more and some less. And when they did met with the omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Musa said, let no man leave of it till the morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Musa, but some of them left of it until the morning, and they bred worms and stank. Musa was wroth with them, and they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Musa, and he said unto them, this is what Yah has said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Shabbat unto Yah. Bake that which ye have baked, bake which you will bake today, and see that you will see, and that which remain overlaid up for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up till the morning as Musa bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worms therein. And Musa said, Eat that today, for today is the Sabbath unto Yah. Today you shall not find it in the field. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Shabbat, in it days shall be none. And it came to pass that there were out some of the people on the 7th day for to gather, and they found none. And Yah said unto Musa, How long refuse you to keep my commandments and my laws? That was a question mark right there. How long refuse you to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for the Yah hath given you the Sabbath, therefore he hath given you the 6th day, the bread of 2 days, abide you every man in his house, in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day. I'll start right there. Again, he said right here, verse 23, he said unto them, This is that which Yah has said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Shabbat unto Yah. It's unto Yah. It ain't unto man. Look what it just said. Unto Yah. The rest of the holy Shabbat unto Yah. So when you keep the Shabbat, you are keeping it unto Yah. You're not keeping it unto a church organization, not keeping it unto your pastor. You know what I'm saying? When you keep the Shabbat and you come here on Shabbat, you are keeping it unto Yahuwah. That's why you come here today. You ain't come to see my face. And that's good. You want to come and see me. I like seeing you too, but I ain't nothing. This is Yahuwah's day. So you come into a Shabbat unto him. We come to worship unto him. This is a place of rest. Well, what you mean rest? We are not working today. We're not being busybody today. We're not shopping today. We're not fishing today. You know, we come here today to talk about Yahuwah. We talk about his words, his laws today, his statutes today, his commandments today, his judgments today, his precepts today. That's what we're talking about today. We want to know what Yah has for us today. That's why we're here on the Shabbat day. We're going to him today. And I like that how he says that. It says, Sabbath unto Yah. All right, verse 24. And they laid it up until the morning, as Musa bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worms therein. And Musa said, Eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto Yah. Today you shall not find it in the field. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. And it come to pass that there went out some. It come to pass, there went out some. They didn't believe Musa. Of the people on the 7th day for the gather, and they found none. I like that. They found none. And Yah said unto Musa, How long refuse you to keep my commandments and my laws? And Yah said unto Musa, How long refuse you to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for Yah has given you the Sabbath. Yah has given. I like that how he says, Yahuwah has given you the Sabbath. That's why we keep the Sabbath, because Yahuwah give us the Sabbath. Man did not give us the Sabbath. Man did not commanded us. And what gives right for man to change the Sabbath? If Yahuwah give us the Sabbath, then we need to keep the Sabbath. Yahuwah did not give you Sunday. Yom Rishon is the first day of the week. When did Yahuwah give you that day to worship? Who said so? To worship on that day. I want somebody to tell me, TV Land. I want you to tell me. Who tell me that day to give you worship on that day? When did it say Yahuwah said worship on that day? He said he give you Shabbat to worship unto me. Yahuwah said unto me. You worship unto me. I give you that day. He that give you Sunday. Man gave you Sunday. Catholicism gave you Sunday. The Catholic Church gave you Sunday. They made everybody worship on that day. Now you worship in traditions now. Traditions of man. You're not doing traditions of Yah. You're doing the traditions of man, because man only worships on Sunday, on Yom Rishon, on the first day. Yah didn't say so. We already know that. Because it says, verse 29, see, for Yah has given you the Shabbat. It says, Yah has given you the Shabbat. I like that. And in verse 23, tomorrow is the rest of the holy Shabbat unto Yah, unto Yah, unto Yah, holy Shabbat. And in verse 29, it says, for that Yah has given you the Shabbat. It says, Yah has given you the Shabbat. It didn't say Yah has given you Sunday, or Shani, Yom Shani, or Yom Shoshani, you know what I'm saying? The second day or the third day, or Yom Ravi, on the fourth day, Yom Hamashi, on the fifth day, or Yom Shishi, on the sixth day. He didn't say none of that. He says on Yom Shabbat, I give you this day. It's a rest unto me. You rest unto Yahuwah. You praise to Yahuwah. You seek Yahuwah on that day. He says rest on that day. You don't go out on that day. What you mean by going out? It means going out to do business, going out to do work, going out to find your own pleasure, speak your own words. You know, do your own thing on that Shabbat day. Yahuwah says this day, unto me you worship. Unto me you worship. I worship Yahuwah on this day because he said so. Yahuwah commanded me to worship on this day. I will seek Yahuwah's face on this day. I will not do my own thing on this day because Yahuwah, he said he forbid that. He commanded us, Yisrael, children of Israel, to generations will keep this day. I'm going to prove it to you. Numbers chapter 16. I think it's Numbers 31. It ain't 31. Exodus 31. Let's see what it says. I get it. It's Exodus 31. Verse 12. And Yah spake to Musa, saying, Exodus chapter 31, verse 12, verse 13. Speak you also unto the children of Israel, speaking, verily my Shabbat you shall keep. My Shabbat. Again, you know, my Shabbat. Ain't Musa Shabbat. My. That man, that's what? Personal? What you talking about? Huh? Talking about mine? Shabbat? He says, verily my Shabbat you shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that you may know that I am Yah, that do sanctify you. He says generations. That's the reason why we keep it now today. The generations have not stopped. You shall keep the Shabbat, therefore, for it is condition unto you. Everyone that defiles it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever do any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from amongst his people. 6 days may work be done, for in the seventh is the Shabbat of rest, holy to Yah. Whosoever do any work in the Shabbat day, he shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Yisrael shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. And it's perpetual covenant. A perpetual covenant is agreement. It's a contract. Perpetual means everlasting. A lasting contract. It says throughout their generations. Throughout their generations. That's talking about their generations. Talking about now. Talking about us right now as we speak. Before that, in the past, now it's the present, and then it's going to be the future. Their generations. They're going to be keeping the Shabbat. After I'm dead and Yeshua don't come back, somebody still need to be keeping the Shabbat. Somebody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach the Shabbat now. Present. So anybody after me will get the Shabbat, and they will continue with the lamp. Burning of the lamp. Keep the lamp burning. And keep the Shabbat in the future. That's what they need to be doing. That's what I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be teaching that. So my children, or the ones I'm teaching, one is in the house, your men, your women, after me, when they get an understanding, they will keep the Shabbat. They will have an answer for everybody that don't understand the Shabbat. And they ask, why do we keep the Shabbat? They're going to say, because Yahuwah is commanded to worship unto him for this day. It says it's a perpetual covenant. It says it's a sign right there. It says it's a sign. Where did it say that? It's a sign. Verse 17. It's a sign between me and the children of Yisrael forever. That means forever. So the nation of Yisrael is still now. We still exist. Yisrael still exists. Forever. For in 6 days Yah made the heavens and earth. And on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed. Verse 18. And he gave it to Musa when he had made an end of communion. And him upon Mount Sinai 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of Yah. You already know about that when something's written with the finger of Yah, or the mouth of Yah has spoken. When I say the mouth of Yah spoke, it came straight from Yahuwah's mouth. You know it ain't going void. Now it says with his finger. And I like this part, the table stone, written with the finger of Yah. Yahuwah put his fingerprint on this thing. That's why I love when Yahuwah writes something. Just like we write our name on a check and sign that thing for a check. We go to the bank and cash that check. We're saying that's my name. You know what I'm saying? When I cash that check, I'm him. I'm me. This is me. Now when Yahuwah wrote the 10 commandments with the fingers right here, that came from Yahuwah. That's him. It went from Moses, Abraham, Joshua. That came from Yahuwah. Those 10 commandments came from Yahuwah with his finger on it. So he says, remember the Shabbat and keep it holy. That's Yahuwah's finger said that. They forget about that when Yahuwah writes something with his finger. And when he says the mouth of Yah has spoken, it came out of his mouth, his word won't go void. But now he wrote it with his finger. He said out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. He witnessed by himself. Yahuwah said, I don't need nobody else. He told Abraham, I don't need nobody else to write an oath. Yah said, I did my own with my finger in my mouth. He wrote the 10 commandments. He spoke it to his mouth, to the Yisrael, then he wrote it down. He wrote it down on a tablet and give it to Musa to go right back down there and tell them, these are my commands. That's why it says, 2 tables of stone, testimonies, tables of stone, written with the finger of Yah. That's why we tell people, shame on them. Talking about I don't want to keep no laws, I want to keep commandments. Why not? Yahuwah wrote them with his finger. Ain't that good enough? He spoke it and he wrote it. You better tell these people they're messing up. Then he told them it should be a perpetual covenant. They forgot what a perpetual covenant. What you mean by that? A lasting covenant with his people. For generations, we will keep the Shabbat. All right, so I go to the same scripture. I'm gonna go one more scripture. I'm gonna go a couple more scriptures. I'm gonna speak on this real quick. Let's go to I'm gonna prove it to gonna be generations. Let's go to Isaiah, where Sister Sue always be reading. 66. I think she said it last night. Right here. Isaiah, Yeshayahu, 66, verse 22, verse 21. I will also take them down for priests and for Levites, says Yah. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, says Yah, so shall my seed and your name remain. My seed, your seed. Excuse me, verse 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, says Yah. Verse 23. That is in the new millennium. All right? That is for the future. TV land, you hear me? TV land. So I'm trying to tell you, right there, I'm going to fit right back. I got my finger. See, I keep my finger on this thing. Right here, and I go right here, you know what I'm saying? For verse 16. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. A perpetual covenant, that means a lasting contract. Then from there, I'll go back to Yeshayahu chapter 66, Verse 23, it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, from one Shabbat to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, says Yah. All flesh shall come worship before me, says Yah. It says from one new moon to another, and from one Shabbat to another. One Shabbat to another, it says all flesh shall come to worship before me, says Yah. From one Shabbat to another Shabbat. From one Shabbat to another Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? One new moon to another. I'm talking, these are feast days. You're talking, these are Shabbats. Now, I already told you when he says a perpetual covenant, means a lasting covenant. It's not going to break. You're missing out. That's what I'm trying to say is that. Yahuwah said that. I didn't say that. He said, you come and worship me on my Shabbat. Come. My Shabbat, he says. He says there'll be a sign between me and you. A sign that I sanctify you. For to all generations. Generations means it's going from one generation to the next generation. It's going to go after me. When I die, generations after me, generations. Somebody will be keeping the Shabbat. Somebody will be keeping the Shabbat. While I'm in the ground, I ain't going to know nothing. I'm going to be dead and gone. Somebody will still be keeping Shabbat. Somebody will still be worshiping Yahuwah on Shabbat. Keeping his Shabbat. Keeping his Shabbat, his Sabbath day. Because it said so. Now, I didn't say so. That's why I can preach on Shabbat like this. That's why I can preach on Sabbath. That's why when you don't keep the Sabbath, you don't want to get your own little excuse. I'm talking about every day is holy day. You're sure that's the correct answer. If you're in the name of sure, but you're lying to yourself when you don't say, yo, you ain't going to worship on Shabbat. You're lying to yourself because Yahuwah said this is my Shabbat day. You need to reverence me on that Shabbat. He didn't tell you to reverence him on Sunday. You go to the altar and everybody said we're going to worship Yah on a Sunday. Ain't nowhere in the scripture says that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no in the scripture say that we're going to change it. Why are you changing it? Who gives you the right to change it? Who gives the right man to change it? Because anyway, man is filthy rags anyway. Ain't no good thing in man anyway. Everything good comes from Yahuwah. Even Yeshua said that. Ain't no good in me. Everything good comes from Abba. So what you gonna say that your man can change this? Who get right for a man to change it? That's why I said no man ain't no good. Anything from man anyway is for curse anyway. He curses to the ground anyway. Yahuwah does. Because Adam and Eve. That's why he said he won't share his glory with anybody. You sharing the glory with him when you worship on Sunday. He said that's his day. Talk about that's the Lord's day. That's a lie. He ain't gonna share that day like that. Y'all lying to yourself. Y'all keep on lying to yourself. Go right there to the lake of fire. Lying. Lying to yourself. Psalms 89. Psalms 89, verse 34. Look, verse 29. His seed also will I make to endure forever. Talking about David. And his throne as the days of Shonri. If his children forsake my law and walk not in my judgment, if they break my statute and keep not my commandments, then will I visit their transgressions with the rod and their iniquity with stripes. Nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not undertake from him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail. Verse 34, my covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that has gone out my lips. Once I have sworn by holiness that I will not lie unto David. And again, verse 34, my covenant will I not break, nor alter the things that has gone out my lips. Alter. He said the mouth of Yah has spoken it. That means if he's spoken it, he's not going to alter it. Or the covenant. Or the covenant. What covenant he talking about? He's talking about Yeshua right there. He's talking about the everlasting covenant. He's talking about we're going to sit on David's throne. But what about the covenant with the rainbow he had? Said it won't rain again, won't flood the earth again. Did he break that? No, he did not. If he ain't going to break that covenant, he sure ain't going to break the covenant of Shabbat. He said that's a perpetual covenant. And he showed you that he didn't break it, because when I showed you to Yeshayahu chapter 66, he said one new moon to another, to one Sabbath to another Sabbath, they will all come and praise me. That means in the new millennium, we will be keeping Shabbat. New millennium, I'll be worshiping Yahuwah at the throne on Shabbat day. Same with the Melechis. Just like you read in the Apocrypha, you read in the Apocrypha, I think what's in, I think the book of Yeshua, in chapter 2 talks about that. The Jubilee of Yeshua. We'll go back to that probably later. We'll get off this thing, a little bit on Shabbat. I'll go with that later with you on that one. But I'm trying to tell you, Yahuwah done spoke it to the Yisrael. You read that in Exodus. Exodus chapter 19, verse 20. That'll be the last scripture we're going to read. He spoke it out. And then on Exodus 31, you know, it said he wrote on some tablets with his finger. When he got done writing the tablets, he gave them Musa to go down there to the heathens down there, stiffing that rebellious people that already built the calf already, doing orgies down there, man, worshiping a golden calf and saying that brought me out of Mesarine. He was already they was sinning. He said, take these tablets. They already done sinning already. And Musa got so mad, he threw that at the base of that calf and he broke the laws. That don't mean nothing, he broke the laws or anything like that. That still was written with the finger of Yahuwah. He wrote that. Thou shalt have no Yah before me or after me. Thou shalt not take Yah's name in vain. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt honor thy mother and father. Thou shalt remember Shabbat and keep it holy. Thou shalt not steal. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt honor thy mother and thy father, that you may live long days. He wrote all those things. Why did he say all these things? Because Yah has laws in his house. He has rules. He has a place where he need to order us how to live and how to govern. If we keep these big 10 ones, then we can keep the small ones of Yah. These are big ones he told us to keep. He commanded us. And everybody understand, a commandment is an order. He's telling us. He didn't ask us. He commanded us to keep these things. Everybody says, I don't have to keep the laws. You know what I'm saying? Talking about I don't keep the laws and stuff like that. We're not saved by the law. That's legalism. We're saved by his grace. You keep on thinking about that. Because I already know I'm saved by grace every day I get up. Because of the grace of Yah. He don't have to take me out. But I don't give him the reason to go in and commit sin. And tell me I don't have to keep the laws he's talking about. Let's go 2 more scriptures. 139, Psalms 139. I think it is. 139. Excuse me. Psalms 138, verse 1 and 2. I will praise you with my whole heart. Before the gods will I sing praise unto you. I will worship towards the holy temple and praise your name for your loving kindness and for your truth. For you has magnified your word above all your name. He has magnified your word. Your word. Your word before the name. For we already know the name is Yeshua. The word was with y'all. The word was y'all. The name before y'all was, that's in Yakanan chapter 1. But it's magnify your word above your name. Your word. Your word should not go to the ground. No dot or tittle. Heaven and earth will not pass to your word. Your word, y'all. So we're talking about Shabbat. His word. His covenant. His word is above his name. You know what I'm saying? Yahuwah keeps his word. Ain't like us. We'll say a word and change real quick. You know, when something happens, take our word back. Get two-faced with our word real quick. But Yahuwah will not. His word is even above his name. We already know Yahuwah's name is great. Yahushua HaMashiach. Every knee's going to bow at that name, Yeshua. We already know Yahuwah, his word it go forth. His word is pure. His word is holy. His word, like he said, he already said it already. Let's see if I can find that scripture. I think it's in Hebrews chapter 4. I might need Sister Sue on this one. See if I can find it. Yeah. Where's that one where you say, I swear by no other? If I can find that one. That's what he's talking about. Yeah. Thank you, sure. Yeah, I see that. Which is imputable. Praise God. Praise God. Praise God. Man. I said, I always forget where that scripture's at. Yeah. Praise God, praise God, praise God. God was kind of incredible when he's talking about he swear when he swore to Abraham, you know what I'm saying? When he went to do that, when he did the offerings on Genesis chapter 15. I might get lucky with it. Let me go to Genesis chapter 15 real quick. I got this study Bible right here. It might help me out. Pray that it does. Chapter 15. Verse 18, the same year Yah made a covenant with Abraham, saying, unto your seed have I given the land, that the rivers Egypt, and unto the great rivers of the river Euphrates. Yes, when he was doing, I was trying to see when he was doing the covenant, where he swore by no other. What he was doing, he was going to give to Abraham. It's all right. I'll come back with y'all some other time on that one. I'll go look it up. Okay, we'll go back to Hebrews real quick. Hebrews. praise you, God. Just thank you. Go to chapter 6, verse 12, verse 13. Yeah, Hebrews. Right here. This is what I was talking about. In Hebrews chapter 6, verse 13. For when Yah made a promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself, saying, surely blessings I will bless you, and multiply I will multiply you. And so after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. For men very swear by the greater, and the oath for confirmation is to them an end of all strife, wherein Yah willing more abundantly to show unto the heirs of promise into mobility of his counsel, confirm it by an oath, that by two immutable things in which it was impossible for Yah to lie, we might have a strong consolation who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon hope set before us. Okay, now again I said in verse 18, this is the verse I wanted to get at, said that by two multiple things in which it was impossible for Yah to lie. Impossible for Yah to lie, and again it says right here, it says, it says right here in verse 16, men very swear by greater, and oath for confirmation is to them the end of all strife. Again, verse 13, for when Yah made a promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself. And like I said, Yahuwah. That's what I'm trying to get at. When Yahuwah swears by himself, then Yahuwah writes on the tablet, and Yahuwah speaks of a lasting covenant. Right there, we know Yahuwah can't lie. He says a perpetual covenant, on the Shabbat. And then we already know it's true, because when we get to the new millennium, one new moon to the next new moon, to one Shabbat to the next Shabbat, it says all flesh will come and worship me. All flesh. He says all flesh. That means all nations on the earth will come and worship Yahuwah on Shabbat day. I speak this thing. I speak because Yahuwah says it. It says out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. And that's what I was trying to get at right there. And it says, and when I said that his word is above his name, and that's in Psalms 138, even his word is above his name, because Yahuwah cannot lie. His word, then I said in Psalms 86, he said his words will not alter. You know what I'm saying? Out of his mouth, his words will not change. He said he will not break his covenant. Yahuwah said these things. So why we are breaking the covenant of Shabbat? Why are people breaking the covenant of Shabbat and keeping Sabbath and keeping Sunday? They want to say, well, Yeshua died, the laws are gone. That's their excuse. That's a lie. Because Yeshua kept his Father's commandments. If he didn't, then Yeshua would be lying. Then Yeshua would be in sin. Then Yeshua couldn't be my sacrifice. Exodus chapter 20, last verse of Shabbat. That's what I love about Shabbat. And Yahuwah gave me all these scriptures, man. He's been drilling with me these. You know, and that's one thing I will definitely keep. I will be keeping. I don't care what anybody else say. You talk all you want to, you Sunday people. All you want to the blue in your face. Get all mad, get red in your face, get all mad. And you keep on lying to your pastors, keep on lying to your people like that. And you already know the word. You've been reading the word, studying the word's in you, and you're still lying to them. Because you're lying to them because you know everybody will leave you. You'll be all by yourself like me. But a couple of them, like Brother Pedro, Elder King, and Sister Sue, at least they keep the truth. Y'all pastor scared that your whole congregation will leave you and you won't get your tithes and offering, you won't get your little paycheck that you get. You know, you're mad because you might go back to work. You start playing. All right, Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days that you shall labor do all your work. But the 7th day is the Shabbat of Yah your Elohim. And then you shall not do any work. You nor your son, nor your daughters, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor the stranger that within your gates. For 6 days Yah made the heavens and earth and sea and all that them is, and rested on the 7th day. Wherefore Yah blessed the 7th day and hallowed it. All right. Wherefore Yahuwah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Wherefore Yahuwah blessed the 7th day and hallowed it. Yahuwah blessed the 7th day and hallowed it. Yahuwah, remember I told you all that, where this is Yahuwah's day. It's Yahuwah's day, not my day. Yahuwah made the Sabbath day. I didn't make the Sabbath day. Said any other man did not make the Sabbath day. Yahuwah, so you come in here, you worshiping Yahuwah. When you come in here, you seeking Yahuwah, you're praising Yahuwah, you're in Yahuwah's house, you're giving Yahuwah everything you got because it's of Yahuwah's anyway. It's not yours. So if a man says Sunday, you better look at him crazy and tell him where does it say Sunday. I want you to give me proof and tell me to come and worship him on Sunday. And don't get mad at me if I go to work on Sunday. If I go get my Benjamins on Sunday, like Brother Pedro, get his Benjamins on Sunday. That cool, man?
What day does it do
Shabbat, 7th day. Yep. 7th day. You know how you look at it. But we do it on the beginning of Shabbat. The beginning day starts at even times, and then it ends in the even time. That begins one day. So that's why we come on Yom Shishi, the end of Yom Shishi, and worship. And then that's the beginning of Shabbat. So we want to enter in Shabbat in the morning time, which is the evening time. We want to come and enter in on Shabbat, and we finish up on Shabbat. We just try to keep our minds subject on Shabbat. That's the reason why we do it here. We don't have to come on Yom Shishi at the end of Yom Shishi. We can go home and chill and still keep the Shabbat. But we rather perform a service anyway, give them reverence. But today is the Shabbat. You know, that's how you honor Shabbat. You come in here and reverence him. Reverence my sanctuary. Come in and reverence me. Come in and seek my face on Shabbat day. And not the things in the world. Like it says in Yeshayahu chapter 58. That's how you please Yah. Honorable and shall honor him, not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasures, nor speaking your own words. You know? You call it Shabbat a delight, holy of Yah. Honorable and shall honor him, not doing your own ways, not finding your own pleasures, nor speaking your own words. That's how you reverence Yahuwah in the sanctuary. He gives you a definition right there. Straight up. How they reverence Yah. You can find your own pleasures. Anybody can find their own pleasures. Easy. And anybody can speak their own words, find their own words, and find their own ways. We flesh. That's what Sunday church is doing right there. They find their own words. They said it's resurrection day. That's when Yeshua resurrection. You know? That's what he says. Excuse me. Well, that's Shabbat scriptures today. I like speaking on Shabbat, because people are missing out on the blessings of Shabbat. Yah commanded a blessing. You see, you cannot lie. I want blessings. I need blessings. I need help of y'all. I don't know what y'all need. I need help. My flesh is getting weary, old. You know what I'm saying? Things are breaking down. Finances are short. We got bill collectors. We got taxes. They had taxes to the same day as Yeshua. And Yeshua paid taxes. What you think? We're going to pay taxes. I need help. And y'all said there's blessings. He said, you can't lie. I want blessings, man. I need help in this time of need. When my body's breaking down, I'm sick. I need to be healed. You can go before y'all. Say, y'all, I keep the Shabbat. Y'all, I come to the throne. Y'all, I do what you tell me to do. You need y'all to heal us. I need to be healed. Different things like that. We're ready to move to the next order of service. I thank y'all again. Be on Shabbat, baby. Yaku did give me something. Excuse me. Boy, the preaching good when my nose start running. Every time, boy, get good, nose start running. That's the only time I want to run, man, when I preach, man. That's messed up. All right. Today we're going to talk about we must labor in the kingdom. I was thinking about that. We must labor in the kingdom. What you mean, labor? Well, people ain't working, man. Especially church people, man. They ain't doing nothing. They say they do. All they do is go to the house, y'all, and sit down and hear the word, man. But what they doing out there? Are you laboring? Are you working in y'all's vineyard? Huh? There's things to be doing. There's much things to be doing for y'all. Especially before he comes back. We got to groom ourselves. Grooming yourself means keep yourself holy before y'all. Keep your garment white. How you keep your garment white? You stay away from unbelievers. When you come to the house of y'all, you get the word. You know what I'm saying? Anything, like I said, people, places, and things that you should not be at, stay away from it. That takes work. Because not everybody is of y'all. And everybody wants to defile your garment. Believe me that. Because Satan uses them every time. They don't even know that Satan's using them. But Satan uses them as a tool so you defile your garment. So it's work. That's one part of work. Other part of work is we're trying to bring people in. You know what I'm saying? Because Yahuwah is buried. Yahuwah is coming back. Yeshua's coming. Nobody knows the day and hour when Yeshua's coming. He says go work. Work during the day. Because when night comes, when no man can work. Night comes, that means it's over. It's over. So we got to work. Talking about labor in the kingdom. So we can go over some scriptures, all right? Let's go to James chapter 2. James chapter 2. James chapter 2 verse, where we at? Verse 14. What do it profit, my brother, though a man say he has faith and have not works? Can faith save him? That's a question. Can faith save him? You should talk to some of these people out there. Talking about works. And when brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be you warm and filled, notwithstanding you give them not those things which are needful to the body, what do it profit? What do it profit? Even so faith, if it has not works, it is dead being alone. It's dead. You ain't got no works, it's dead being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. Thou believest that there is one Yah, thou doest well. The devil also believes and trembles. But without know, vain man, that faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. And like I said, we go to verse 21. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered up Isaac, his son, upon the altar? That wasn't work. See how faith works? with faith works with his works, and by works was faith made perfect. And the scripture was fulfilled, which says Abraham believed Yah, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called a friend of Yah. You see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messenger, and had sent them out another way. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. So you say the spirit without the body. The spirit without the body, you already know that's dead. So you got to have the two. You got to have the two. Everybody says, I believe. Everybody says, I have faith. And that's all they're saying. I believe. But you don't see no works in it. What are they doing for Yahuwah? What are you doing? What are you doing for Yahuwah? You say you believe, but are you speaking of his words? Are you talking to people about his words? Are you living the life for Yahuwah? Can people see Yahuwah in you? I don't see it out there. Where is it at out there? Where is the works? People say they have faith. They believe in Yeshua, HaMashiach. They believe in Yahuwah. They speak his name all the time. And I still don't see no works. I don't see nothing. I'm talking about every day. Not just on Shabbat day, or y'all Sunday people on Sunday, saying y'all doing something, or on Yom Revi night, or Yahuwah study, that's it. Saying you're doing something. Because here ain't nothing. We saying out there. You're the temple of the Rock of this. Yahuwah dwells in you. You should be a light. I should see a bigger light of you. I see the rock just radiating out of you. You know what I'm saying? Come on out of you. I should feel the presence of Yahuwah every time I'm around you. I'm talking about the presence of Yahuwah. You know what I'm saying? I can feel when everybody talking. You feel the goosebumps? You feel the hair coming up? Stuff like that. That's what I should be feeling every time I come around you. I should see that. I should be hearing the grace of Yah's words coming out your mouth. The words that come out your mouth that heal my soul. That's what I should be coming hearing out of your mouth. I should hear some wisdom and some knowledge of Yahuwah coming out your mouth. I should hear the joy, the rocky disc bubbling out of your mouth, out of you. Those are works right there because you've been doing something. You've been praying already. You've been fasting already. You've been separated from the unbelievers. You know what I'm saying? You've been in one-on-one with Yahuwah. You're in a straight worship with Yahuwah. You're in a straight relationship with Yahuwah, one-on-one every day. Every day, you're in tune with Yahuwah. You're reading the Dabarim every day. Reading the scriptures every day of Yahuwah. You're studying every day of Yahuwah. You're living the life of Yahuwah every day. That's what I should. That's the works I'm talking about. Faith. That is proving yourself. The other one is the parts you're doing outside with everybody else. Everywhere else you're talking about. You are the temple of Yah, and you're going and you're bringing the church with you. And everywhere you're going, you have a church. And your workspace, you have a church. And your cubicle, where you're working at your desk, while you're on the computer, or you're in your workspace and you're doing machinery work or carpentry work or electrician or automotive work, wherever you're doing, or you're a stocker in the warehouse or wherever you're doing, that's your church. And you're praising Yah and you're bringing the workspace with you, with Yahuwah. So anybody comes to your workplace, man, they feeling Yahuwah, then they start asking you questions and then ask them, why are we always having church here in my work? Because I am the church. Yahuwah dwells within me. That's the work we're talking about. Let's go to Luke chapter 2, verse 37. We'll talk about Yeshua a little bit. Luke chapter 2, verse 37. Don't be long. Luke 2:37. Did I write that one? Move up. $40. How about Yeshua? Verse 46. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all them that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou this dealt with us? Behold, your father and I have sought you sorry. And he said unto them, How is it that you sought me? Was you not that I must be about my father's business? And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them. And he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject unto them. But his mother kept all these sayings in her heart. For like it said, verse 48. And when they saw him, they were amazed. Right? And then go verse 47. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. Verse 46. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers, and were astonished. That's the wisdom and Yeshua. We already know he was Yah in the flesh, the wisdom and understanding. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou this dealt with us? Behold, your father and I sought you sorry. Verse 49. And he said unto them, How is it that you sought me? Was you not that I must be about my father's business? This is sure at age 12. Must be about my father's business. What was his business? You see where his business was at. He was with the doctors. You know what I'm saying? The scribes, Pharisees. He was in the temple. He was answering, understanding questions.